What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day or whatever time it is. I just hope it's good for you. So I have been testing out the Air 3 here for quite some time and everything, and I recently did a ACTIVETRACK test with the Mini 3 Pro. I actually did one with the Air 3, however a few things got messed up, so I decided to do it over again. Don't ever question my dedication. But yeah, so this is basically the Air 3 ACTIVETRACK test take 2, I guess you could say. And essentially the way I do my ACTIVETRACK test, saying that after I literally did this, you know, the first one with the Mini 3 Pro, is that I would like to test exactly how well a drone ACTIVETRACKs as well as the battery life you're going to get. So I'm going to try to drain this to a single digit number, maybe a double digit number, depending on, you know, what feels right and where I am. But yeah, this is an ACTIVETRACK test and a battery test, I guess. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I got the drone up in the air and we're gonna be doing this from the back, and let's go. So pretty much just some info. It's probably a lot of stuff I forgot to say. I'll post that up on the screen. It's like 55 degrees right now. At least that's what my car said. That's probably inaccurate. It's probably warmer, but essentially I am taking the same exact path, or at least that's what I'm trying to do. And I have this Insta360 Go 3 on my back, but it's probably not facing the right way. Let me see if I can get it to do that. It's probably not going to work, so yeah, I can't get this thing to face the right way. And there's a dude in the parking lot. I came here early to get away from the people, but that didn't seem to work out. So we're just gonna have to do with one view, which I'm pretty sure will be fine. Now, coming up here is one of the places where the ACTIVETRACK feature actually didn't work very well with the Air 3. This little tree branch up here, which you can't see, I'm pretty sure, was where the Air 3 stopped. And it's like really, really thin, you know? Like there was nothing there that it couldn't get through. So I'm not sure why it did that, but it is also very new. So we'll see what happens with future updates and everything. All right, so it didn't stop there, which is good. This dude is still by his car. Like, how much time do you need to get ready? Came for a hike. Anyway, let me stop being vindictive. All right, so now we are going to be heading into the park, or the trail rather. Okay. It's always interesting when you see poodles. Yeah, I love you too. Anyway, it's interesting when you see poodles because you think they're these cuddly dogs and everything, but they're actually pretty, or they can be pretty, I don't want to say aggressive, but protective, I guess. So it probably didn't like the drone, which, understandable. But anyway, we're in the park now, so there are two other areas where the Air 3 also stopped. And we're gonna see today whether the same thing happens, which I hope it doesn't, because they weren't really complicated areas to get through. All right, so we're turning over here. And this dude is like literally behind me, like he couldn't stay back. All right. All right, so as you can all probably tell, a bit of an introvert, ambivert, I guess. I can socialize or whatever, but when I'm doing stuff like this, I don't really want to interact with people or anything like that. He was kind of like gaining on me, I guess. Maybe he didn't like the drone. That's fine, I don't really care. As long as I'm within, you know, the right laws and rules, I'm good. It's just interesting, you call your dog back and then you're like right on someone's heels. And I'm not scared of dogs. The joke's on you, buddy, if that was what you were trying to do. I'm also probably paranoid though. But anyway, as you can see here, Air 3 is doing pretty darn well. Like I said, there is an area where it did lose me on ACTIVETRACK. I'm also here at a earlier time than I was before, which the only difference this really makes is that the ambient light that would be in certain areas isn't here as of yet because the sun hasn't shifted over the mountains I'm in. So we'll see what happens. I'm also going to see at some point if I can change this over to parallel modes or one of the other directions, because being that the Air 3 does have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, that's a test that I think would be pretty interesting. And of course, it's the first of its kind to have omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, so you know. Okay, so yeah, this is actually doing quite a bit better than before. It's avoiding things in a much smoother way. Let's see how it does at this turn. All right, how are you gonna do? Okay, cool. Dodged it. All right, so at this point, we are at 78% in terms of battery, so battery's pretty good on this darn thing anyway. Okay, we're almost sort of at the area I was telling you about where it lost me, and I didn't expect it to. But you know what, actually, let's have this follow me from the side. I wish I could have it follow me from the like diagonal left, but there's like a brush of trees and everything. Hold on, gotta move that out of the way. Crap. All right, stopped by accident. All right, sorry about that. So yeah, and I could still move this if I wanted to, I'm pretty sure, but do I want to? Nah, even though I just did by accident. Okay. Whoa, what the heck? Guess it saw something it didn't like. All right, so it's lagging behind a little bit, which is interesting. I am also, well, behind me, I'm in like sunlight, so that might also be it. Okay, I kind of want you closer, but I'm going upwards. Definitely pressed the wrong thing. That would have been bad, or could have been bad. The other thing with ACTIVETRACK, and I never really took notice of this until now, is that the controls get all jelly-like when you're trying to move the drone. And like, I'm pretty sure that has to do with trying to keep the footage and gimbal smooth. All right, so this is one of the, okay, never mind. It lost me in that area before, but guess it didn't. Okay, and it's trying to go, okay, cool. Getting up to my favorite area over here, which isn't giving me the same effect. I mentioned this in my Mini 3 Pro ACTIVETRACK test, but basically it usually smells like cinnamon over here in the morning. It does not now. Doesn't smell favorable. Maybe it's because the plants are dying. Okay, another area. All right, so we had a crash here, and basically the propellers actually broke. Oh, that sucks. So that was one of the areas where it couldn't get through before. So I'm gonna have to stop the video here, change out the propellers. All right, so I had to actually come back to my house, which is about maybe 10 minutes away from where I was. I actually thought that I had these in the little pouch that I have, the Flymore combo bag, but I did not. However, I did want to show you all the damage that it sustained. So right here, you can see that what are these? The left propellers here. So this one is broken. This one is also broken. The back right here has a little chip on the orange part, which I don't, I'm pretty sure that would fly. However, the thing with the propellers is when you have chips or when you have other things in there, it can cause vibrations and then basically make it so your drone will fly not in the optimal way you'd want it to fly. These two on the right, top right here, completely broke off. So these are going to have to be changed as well. And then these here broke off. So basically all 4 propellers have to be changed, which I think that's a pretty good thing to get away with. Mostly everything else is actually fine. I mean, there's like some dust on the camera here. However, that is basically a quick, wipe away, wipe in here, get some compressed there and things of that sort. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and change these out, go back to the same exact spot it crashed at, and then continue the test. Okay, so I don't know if you can see this, but basically that over there, that little hanging low, these branches that were hanging low, basically that's where the drone crashed. Now I'm probably a glutton for punishment for kind of doing this over again, but I really wanted to see if it could actually get past it. So let's go, and this time I'm actually going to look backwards, and well, I'm going to look forward at the drone and then walk backwards just to make sure it doesn't crash again. So let's do this. Okay, seems to be doing okay now. Are you going to see the branch though? Because this time I have my finger right on the stop button. Okay, so it did. No, are you getting through? Yep, it did get through. Ow, just got like poked by something, and it's right underneath it. So let's go. Alrighty, so I might have been walking too fast before. I don't really know what constituted that crash. Maybe I got confused. It is a new drone. They got to take some time to work out the bugs, but all right, had to stop it once more because now it's tracking a darn tree. Okay. All right. Let me just pilot this forward some. Okay. All right, so let's get ACTIVETRACK going once more. And I think I'm gonna have to start looking at this thing more. I think the sensors need to be kind of calibrated and the algorithms, whatever it is. All right, so this is, well, coming up is another point where it lost me on the first test I did. Dude, what are you doing? No, that's a tree. You don't want to hit the tree. Okay, stop. All right. So the funny thing is I did this test with the Mini 3 Pro, as I mentioned, and if you've seen that video, I apologize for mentioning it again. But basically, the Mini 3 Pro was actually able to follow me so much smoother. Now, I don't know if this is built on the Mavic platform or whatever, and but yeah, this thing needs some work. Oh, I'm so paranoid now, so I'm just gonna watch it until I get into like an open area. And ooh, so I got stabbed by something. If there are probably people out there who are like, this is common for DJI's new drones and initial drones and stuff like that. This is the first time I'm actually opting to do a test like this, so if I sound like a noob, that's because I am to ACTIVETRACK test. Said the guy who passed his part 107 like months ago. All right, what are you doing? What are you gonna do? Okay, so I did get through that. Didn't think it would. All right, should be much easier from here on out because we are coming up on some open space. And by all means, I'm not saying, you know, the Air 3 is a bad product. DJI really doesn't really make bad drones. It's just with anything that's new, it's gonna need some time to work the bugs out. All right, so it seems to hate corners. And as you can see there, it lost me. So here, have to pilot this once again. I believe DJI will definitely work these bugs and kinks out, honestly. It's the thing about them as opposed to some other drone manufacturers I've heard about. Did extensive research before when I was picking a drone, and obviously they came up not necessarily being perfect, but more so, why are you going up? More so opting and willing to fix their issues. Now, of course, I am stopping a lot here because, you know, I do not want this thing to crash again. And yeah, there we go, corners again. Seems to have a problem with that. What are you gonna do? I don't trust you anymore, so I'm gonna pilot this through these trees. Turn this off. All right, come on. No, stop. Okay, sport mode it is. Okay, sport mode off, put it in normal mode before. So, let's go ahead, track me again. So it seems like the biggest issue would be that there's a tree right behind the drone. If I put this on, the drone's gonna go back and definitely might have a crash again. All right, so I lied. Now we're coming up on an more open area. Okay. All right. Come on, you can do it. So it stopped coming up right here too. Ooh, hey little chipmunk. How you doing? Give you time to get out of the way. Okay, she or he is gone. Respect nature, always. Yeah, so it did stop before at that point that I just went through. And at least it did get there from before. Also, just to make sure I did say it, for the battery, once it did crash, I didn't turn it back on because I wanted to preserve what it was at. It probably did waste some battery turning on, but it's a negligible amount. Okay. Actually, I just realized, like all these pathways look the same. Where it's going through now is where it stopped and it said the space was too narrow. Ooh, thought I saw a deer. They be crossing sometimes. Oh yeah, by the way, so dude that was in the parking lot with the two dogs, yeah, see, this is why it's always good to trust yourself when you feel something, because 99% out of the time, you're gonna be right. Basically, y'all know I went home, went to go change the propellers, do what I had to do, and got back here, and dude had his dogs off leash. Like, there's literally a sign that says, keep your dogs on leash, clean up after your dogs. So, like, I don't want anybody thinking like I'm being like ridiculous, but it's just, did you lose me? Yeah, it lost me again. Okay. Let's do this again. Okay. Anyway, on with my story. Basically, I come back walking up to the quickest route on that trail, and what do I see but a big, large poodle sitting there, and then barks at me. So obviously, I have my son, my dog, and I used to be really, really terrified of dogs. Got chased by one when I was little, and started to learn more. This thing lost me once again. So ambient light seems to be its Achilles heel, as maybe with any other drones, but the Mini 3 Pro did not do this, although I can't recall whether there was less light or more light. Okay. So yeah, basically, dude had his dog off leash, and poodle just is there. I turn the corner, poodle's right there barking at me. So I stopped because, you know, you're not gonna want to get into a dog's space. And I understand it's probably being protective. I get it. However, your dog should have been on leash. He had a Boston Terrier also, and that dog was on leash, but not the poodle. I'm like, you would expect the bigger dog, if anything, to be on leash, even when both of them are supposed to be on leash, because the bigger dog can do damage. Poodles do damage, or can do damage. So the reason I'm talking about it, and it got me so mad, or irritated, I guess I'm mad, is because right when like it happened, I stood there waiting for him. He comes back to put the dog on the leash, basically, and then doesn't say sorry, doesn't say excuse me, doesn't say anything. He just goes, hey. Like, what do you mean, hey? Hey is for horses. Come on now, you just made a mistake. Take the L, apologize, do the right thing. But then again, I'm also expecting too much of people, or certain people, because this guy looked like he had an ego on him. We all have egos. I have one too, but just wanted to share that story with you all. All right, so I'm going back down to the large open field here, and I'm going to try to put the drone in parallel mode since we're now out of the forest, and I can probably rest a bit easier knowing that there's open space here. Oh yeah, definitely peaked the battery life. We're at 25% now, so the fact that I was able to come back, do this test and everything with the drone's battery life is definitely a good thing. Can you go lower? Show people the mountain? Yeah, there we go. There's that mountain. And my shoelace came untied, but I'm just gonna rock it out. All right, now I want you back behind me because you're about to sway into trees. I should really stop and tie my shoelace. It's always the left shoelace. Like, what's wrong with the left shoelace? Let's see if I can get you to track me from the front, actually. Nope. I don't trust it. There's a tree literally right to the side, so I'm going to move this to where I want it and then let it track me from the front. All right, and as you can see there, we just got the battery warning. I'm not gonna take it down now. No, you don't go home. Stop, stop, stop it. Okay, there we go. I was trying to go back home because I didn't press C1 fast enough. Okay, so let's do front tracking now. It's interesting also that this drone has like so many messages about strong environmental interference because, and I'm gonna go up here by the way because this is what I did last time, but yeah, it has a lot of warning messages about strong environmental interference. And I'm like, you have antennas. I never got that issue with the regular RC. What's happening? All right. I'm gonna have it just kind of track me from the back again before I move. Okay. And let's go to the other hill. All right, so the siren has not come on yet. Which is good. I should really be watching in front of me because if I get bit by a snake today, like, I'm not gonna be happy. Let's go up this hill. So the first time also I did this test, the battery died or was dying on the first hill and it was about 90 degrees or something like that. So just be aware. All right, and now we're getting that warning. So I'm gonna bring it down to me and catch it. We're at 14%. I think that's good enough. So there's also an issue, and I'm sorry if this is loud, there's also an issue where it will not land in your hand unless you like really pull down on the joystick. Like you have to do it for like 6-7 seconds or so. That may be a glitch. That may be something that DJI will have to fix, or maybe they intended for it to happen. But anyway, I have spoke enough and everything. That was the ACTIVETRACK test with the Air 3. This kind of warrants another test. However, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. But yeah, ACTIVETRACK on the Air 3. So I'm going to just end the video. I don't think I have anything else to say. Surprising. But thank you for watching. I am extremely scared right now because it crashed before. But yeah, thank you for watching. And pretty much, if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know in the comments. Anything you want to know, let me know in the comments. And yeah, wherever you're in the world, have a great day, great afternoon, great morning. Wait, sorry, I gotta say that again. I messed up. Wherever you are in the world, have a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, or a great night, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. I am very, very shaken up. I'm very, very shaken up by the fact that this crashed.